of a sudden it just started coming up and I'm like, it's alright watching everybody else's shit on the dyno.
Yeah, right.
But when your shit's on there, you're like,
yeah.
Is it going to make it or is it going to break it?
Alright, ladies and gents, boys and girls, I know it's been a while since I have gotten to do this, and you saw the dyno pulls on this car. The cool thing about this car is, if you look here, I tuned it previously on pump gas, and this car, I almost want to say it was a class winner at Drag Week, or it finished. It competed and finished and didn't really have any issues. And I tuned it on pump gas, and I believe, what did we end up with? About 540. And then, you know, we had talked when he finished. Also, what's really cool about this car is, if you remember, if you guys have been watching long enough, I posted the first video on this when it made, you know, the 540 on gas, and then they raced and fully completed. And I don't know if I got to update that, but either way, he did a flex sensor and came back. What was this? 2020, and then 2021 is when I retuned on a flex mix. So, you know, like I said to him, there's, you know, we could probably easily pick up 100 horsepower, even though you're injector limited, and I think he was turbo limited. I can't honestly remember the combo, but it was extremely simple. He and his dad built it. His dad was like big block for life. It was cool to see that, because that happens, you know, a decent amount where the dad is like, you know, all I know is big blocks and carburetors, and, you know, the dad and the son do the whole build together, which they did, and it has been performing exceedingly well. And as you see, it has like some pink transmission fluid, Pepto-Bismol, coming out. And all we did was 13 dyno hits on it with Pepto-Bismol coming out of it. And I believe water got into it somehow. You know, we just laughed about it and continued tuning. And then he completed Drag Week again, I believe. So it's neat to see like this ratty, older, man, I don't remember what year it is, but it's a 4.8 with 80-pound snake eaters and one of my flex fuel kits and all of that. And let's dive into, here, I can do this. Look at me fancy here. So here's I just first rolled into it, and 6.5 pounds. Yeah, it had tons of fuel in it. What we did is we had fuel issues with this car. It had a little bit too much, and then it didn't have enough. Let's see if it does the screen thing. Yeah, I have to minimize the screen again. All right, guys. So boost was coming up and falling, you know, indicative of a smaller turbo setup or lots of back pressure. And what is this? Closed loop. See, it's throwing 50% at it. The fuel pressure obviously isn't hooked up, and then that's where we're like, hey, we're having issues here. So look at 928 pounds of fuel flow. Whew, that's a lot. Is there an ethanol thing we can add? Flex fuel. That'll be cool to see the percentage. All right. Where's the flex that I added? 27%. So barely any flex in it. and massive amount of fuel. And what we ended up doing was, is there fuel pressure? Filter cleaned out. So is there fuel pressure? Let's see if there is. Yeah, it's taking out 21% now because we had too much in it. So yeah, now 406 pounds an hour is making a lot more sense, and trimming 20% and having a 42% duty cycle. So what is this? Number 5. If we load up number 5 and we do this, you can see that hit number 5 made about 440. Pretty dang old good. And then where do we go from there? Since we had fuel, we bumped it a little bit. So this was, what was the difference here between the power? So this was, well, it peaks out at 15 and it fell to 12.5. And I still had it very conservative because of the fuel issues we were having. And also, these guys were having a great time beating this thing up and loving it. So I added a little bit more power, more boost, 524. So let's take a look at that. 524, aptly named. My goodness, with the data log stuff jumping around. 15 pounds, still pulling fuel out. A little bit of ignition here. Duty cycle looks good. Obviously, we're having a good time with the fuel pump. And we came up and leveled off on, 14 peak, 15.4. Still pulling a ton of fuel. That's fine with me. Oh, fuel pressure is now working. Look at that. It comes down a little bit because boost pressure comes down, but here it goes all the way up. So that is good. And then let's look at the dyno again. Oh, I'm dumb. 8. Wow, we got right up to 630, but that was like a spiky spike. Did we iron that out? 603, 550 we had an issue. 630 clean, 671. Yeah, we're just gonna go, obviously we added boost and stuff, not too big of a deal. 674, look at that thing climbing like a beast. So here, we'll go to the last hit. More boost, I think, same power. Yeah, we were running out of turbo. You can see here, 21.9 pounds, about, 22 pounds. And she was out of turbo, 22 pounds, 15 degrees, 66% flex, 70% duty cycle. Closed loop is real close. And look at this, 675 pounds an hour. And what did it make? 674 rear wheel. Isn't that pretty cool? You guys like that? Let's see if it picked up torque or if it was messy. No, torque is beautiful. Look at this. This is sick. Hold on a second, kids. So yeah, our dyno hit there looks amazing. The torque was showing up great. Another reason why I post mile an hour, this thing goes like a high or a mid 10 on pump gas. And we had picked up on E. Yeah, the engine speed thing shows up pretty well too. That gives you an idea. There's always smooth lines like this, and it's just the torque converter coming up. And obviously, I did an entire video on why I display by speed, but a turbo auto car, look at this. Blah, carrying power all the way out. And this is a super simple combo. So where do we... The best he had was a 540 on pump. And then now look at this ethanol chart here, just making it look dumb. No, not really, but a suitable enough gain for just a sensor, and adding all of the tables to the Holly, it will automatically pick up this power on the ethanol. Awesome. Really cool. Happy to see these guys do well. Great team. Blah, blah, blah. Everything else. So that worked out super cool. Hopefully this video format came out okay, because I didn't even test anything. I went straight to recording, and we're 8 minutes 11 seconds in. So dump this after the video. See you later. Okay, thanks. Bye.